on both cameras.
It's hard.
That's right. Okay. Welcome back to the Mind Podcast. Yesterday, or rather on the previous episode, we spoke about Lubuto, and he had questions for me as well. So I just want to do a recap from where we ended previously. My question to him was, what do you like about yourself? So, Lubuto.
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. And what do I like about myself?
It's a tough one.
There's a lot to like about myself. So if you guys watched yesterday's video, and if you didn't watch, make sure you go watch. Check it out on his YouTube channel. And if you guys watched yesterday's video, I said I like the way I'm creative, which means I'm like big minded. I'm open. I think out of the box. I'm open minded, and
That's what you like about yourself.
Yeah, I think my answer still stands.
Okay, great. Welcome back to the Mind Podcast. I'm your presenter, Ethan Kafwani, and I'm hosting Lubuto. The conversation still continues. So there is one crucial thing about life, and that is communication. So we had to put some write-ups, questions about communication. And I think the first question is coming from Lubuto.
So, yeah. What was your favorite thing to do when you're my age?
What was my favorite thing to do when I was your age? When I was your age, 17.
Yeah.
What was my favorite? I think when I was your age, I was passing with A's. My favorite thing was when I was your age. I think I'm trying to remember. 17. I think I was mostly an indoor kind of a person. I spent much of the time indoors, so I love TV. I think that was my favorite, watching TV and some movies and stuff like that. So I think that was my favorite thing to do. It was TV and indoors. I love reading books as well. So I read, I think I started reading most of the books that I developed the interest of reading from a young age, of course. My dad used to buy a lot of books, but I wasn't so much into reading until when I was in grade 10. That is when I started liking and loving reading. So I spent much of the time indoors and reading books, novels. Yeah.
Okay. Question 2.
Is it you or it's me? I think it's my turn.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my turn. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? I wonder why I had to think about this question.
If I could have any superpower, I think I'd want a superpower to control people's minds. Actually, no, not to control people's minds. To see what people think. To see people's thoughts.
To see people's thoughts. Okay.
And why? Because nowadays, guys. Nowadays, a lot of people are fake, guys. Nowadays, we're seeing a lot of things. So I feel like if I was to see what a person would think, I'd know if they're good to be in my life or not. So that's what would really be helpful.
To understand someone's mind.
Okay. My question. If you could give me any piece of advice, what would it be?
If I could give you any piece of advice.
Yeah.
What kind of advice?
Like advice on life.
Advice on life. I think the advice that I can give you is asking. I think it's good to ask, because once you ask, you will find. Why so? Why asking? There are moments when we feel like we know it all. We feel like, oh, I know what I'm doing. What are they gonna tell me? And I would give you an example. If you want to drive to Kitwe right now, which route do you take? You don't know. You have to ask. And who do you ask? You ask a person who knows where Kitwe is. If we are in Kitwe and maybe somebody says that, can you please come to Lusaka? You have to ask. You ask who? Somebody who knows where Lusaka is. And I feel that can be the best, because you will always find your way where you want to go when you ask people who knows. And people who knows are the people who have been there. So in life, you've got people who are old. People who are older than you, who have been there in life. They understand, so when you ask them questions, I think they will give you a better answer. So that's the advice I can give you. Ask. Always ask. And don't be ashamed to ask. Even in class, ask. And whenever you ask, you get better and better.
I hope you're listening.
It's my turn. Okay. What's something you think I don't know about you? What's something you think I don't know about you? Getting there. It's getting hot. That's why it's coffee today.
Something I think you don't know about me.
This man! Oh, Mumu, not too much. Let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them.
Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We are going to see the King. Soon and very soon. It's tough.
Let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them. A town hall different from Blue. Bulaba.
You guys know
To
too
be
much.
Mumu. You think say they wise?
What do you mean?
You are a Mumu
What do you
man.
mean? What is it? There's something that you think I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You don't know my favorite color.
I don't know your favorite color. Oh, that was a tricky answer, ne? Okay, I know your favorite color.
What's my favorite color?
I know it, white.
Wrong. I'm not gonna tell you guys, but guess in the comments.
What's your favorite color?
Then I'm not telling you.
Okay, so how are we going to know then?
I'm gonna respond to the comments. So
You respond to the comments. Okay. He's keeping it for the podcast and not for the conversation. It's your turn.
If you could plan the perfect day for us to spend together, what would we do?
If I could plan the perfect day to spend together.
Guys, he's drinking his tea like it's water.
What would it be? I think you're stealing my question.
You be mumu. You think say they wise? Mumu man.
Yo, I don't even see. Okay, he's stealing my question. He's coming back and he's gonna come for me. Okay. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you?
I wish I answered that one. I wish I answered that. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me? Yo, what is it? The most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me.
Man, they never leave you. They have left you behind.
What's the most embarrassing moment? Do I have one?
A few moments later.
Guys, I'm thirsty. Don't mind that I'm taking this.
The most embarrassing moment that ever happened to me. I'm trying to go back in time. Is it from high school? Is it from primary school? I was good at school. I mean, very good. I was a very good boy. So I don't have moments where most are like embarrassing moments at school. Trying to figure it out. Most embarrassing moment. I remember it now. It was in college. So there was it was in college. There was I used to do music. Yeah, I used to do music. So there was a time I was supposed to perform, and we were three of us. I remember it was myself, Big Joe, and Chanda Ngona. So they called my name, got on the stage, and the DJ asked me there, okay, what song are we playing? And I was like, I told him. Then he's like, where is the CD? By then we were carrying CDs. Where is the CD? And I was on stage. Then I forgot the CD. I don't know how. So that was some embarrassing moment. I felt so embarrassed. And what happened was, during that period, not far from where the stage was, there was a swimming pool. So a friend of mine, Chanda, fell in the pool, and that was just like embarrassing, because the following day in college, people were like, oh, that's a guy who couldn't sing on stage, you know. I think that's the most embarrassing moment I remember. If I remember any, I'll bring it to you. Question 3. If you could plan the perfect day for us to spend together, what would we do?
Perfect day. Perfect day means perfect place. So I feel like I'd want us to go to a place called God's Window in Mpumalanga. And I want us to go there because that place what can I say? It's a very, what can I say? It's a nice place, of course, but it has a lot of things connected to it. Like it's very adventurous and it's different. You guys have been to Gold City and all those other places, but then God's Windows, even the name says it all. So yeah, probably.
So the perfect day for us to spend together would be at the God's Window. Okay, I'm trying to understand why that place.
Why that place? God's Window. Why that place? I've been there once, right? And the last time I was there, when they say you go to church and you feel a spiritual connection, right? When I went to that place, guys, I felt something. I don't know what it was. It was a good feeling, So I feel like if we're to go there again, me and him, or us as a family, I feel like if we're to go there and spend the day, and it's a hiking place, it's full of a lot of stuff to do, so I feel like if we're to go there.
The God's Window. Okay, so that's the place. Our camera person seem to be. Are we still recording there? We're still recording. Okay. It's your turn. It's your turn.
What do you think is the coolest thing about me?
What do I think is the coolest thing about you? What's cool about you?
It's his Christian.
What's cool about you?
It's a Christian. It's his Christian.
Hey, I wish I could see the comments there. What's cool about Luvuto? Then maybe that. What's the coolest thing about you? What's the coolest thing about Luvuto?
It's his Christian.
What's the coolest thing about Luvuto? I'm asking the people there, your people who are live watching us live there.
Comment down.
I want them, but now they want to hear from me. The coolest thing. I think the coolest thing about Luvuto is.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
It's his Christian, tell him, right?
What's the coolest thing about me? What's the coolest thing about you? Yes. It's the coolest thing about him, not me. So the coolest thing about Luvuto, I think it's the listening part and advice. When you give somebody advice and the person is listening, I think that is it just gives a cool kind of environment. There's something about communication. Communication is a two-way thing, and there is a moment when you have to listen. You have to pay attention and listen when somebody's talking, and there is a moment when you have now to engage and to ask questions. To say, okay, what was it that you were trying to say? Because maybe you said something, excuse me, but I didn't really get it. And I think there are moments when I'm upset and I'm talking to Luvuto, you keep quiet and listen. And I think that's the best.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
To listen. That's the coolest thing about you.